Hello, everybody. We're on the air. As you know, Miramar is moving to an online format, and we're going to have our first class, all our classes are going to be online. Here we go. We are starting 5.1, and that is quadratic functions. So the first thing I want to say is that the graph y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, if you graph that, forms what's called a parabola. If a is positive, then you get a happy parabola. And if a is negative, you get a sad parabola. Furthermore, the vertex of the parabola is going to be negative b over 2a. That's the x-coordinate. The y-coordinate is going to be take negative b over 2a and stick it into the function, and that's going to be your y-coordinate. And what is the y-intercept? Funny you should ask. The y-intercept is going to be c. That's c right there. Golly, that's a lot of rules to show you all at once. You probably would benefit if you had some examples. I bet you wish you had some examples now. Hey, look at this. I found an example. Example number 1. Y equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. That's the graph. That's a quadratic function, and we want to graph the parabola. So the y-intercept is going to be 3. Where am I getting that from? From the 3 right there. The vertex of the parabola is going to be negative b over 2a, which comes out to negative 4, which is positive 4, over 2 times 1, so that's 4 over 2, which 4 over 2 equals 2. Then you take the 2 and you plug it in for x over here. So it's 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3, which is 2 squared minus 8 plus 3, and that becomes 2 comma negative 1. So the vertex of our parabola is 2 comma negative 1. The y-intercept of our parabola is 3. That's where it hits the y-axis. And because, now what is a? A is equal to 1, because it's 1 times x squared. So a equals 1, 1 is positive, therefore we have a happy parabola. And if we graph our parabola, it's going to look something like this. That's the vertex, 2 comma negative 1. That's the y-intercept, 3. And it's a happy parabola. Now, you may be wondering, what are these points right here? Meaning those points right there, the x-intercepts. Well, to find the x-intercepts, what I have to do is solve for y equals 0, because that's what an x-intercept is. So I plug in 0 for y, and I solve the equation, and that's a quadratic, so I factor it, and I get x equals 1, x equals 3, which means that point there is 3, and that point there is 1, and now we have graphed our parabola. Yay!